and today's class is just a very short and sweet one for how to wake up and just stretch in the morning to get ready to be awesome. So keep your PJs on and get close to your bed and let's get flowing. All right, moms. So one really strong way to wake up your back is with some support. So I am going to invite you guys to bring a block into your practice today, or a really strong pillow. If you've got like a bolster, that will work as well. But we're going to start just with a comfortable seated position. So you've just woken up, possibly, or it's the end of your day and you just want to stretch out your low back and your hips. The block really comes into handy, and let me show you two reasons why. One, if you are just sitting down with the weight of that baby right there, you're crunching into your abdominal cavity and you're shortening that space for the baby. But also, if you'll notice, I've got a lot of curvature of my spine back here. Now, if you just elevate your hips just a little bit, this block's even bigger than what I would suggest using. It's just the one that I have. If you find yourself on that, automatically, to find yourself comfortable, you're going to notice you open your hips a little bit wider. You open up your back. So my hips are rotating forward, which is just natural because they're elevated. And so it's taking that curve out of my low back, which causes a lot of that aching and that pain. But also I'm pushing my belly forward, which is making me open up that space between my rib cage and my hips, allowing me to have more space for baby. So if you find yourself in a job that makes you sit a lot, or you get really tired in your car, try to just wedge a little towel back there or anything that you can use just to lift your hips up a little bit. So let's take this moment right now at the beginning of our class just to close our eyes and to center with our baby. And if this is in your morning, just to slowly welcome and focus in on your day. So sitting on your sits bones, maybe walking out that fleshy bit, providing some more connection of your root to your foundation here. Sliding your hands down your thighs. Let's first bring some awareness to our shoulders. So I want you to roll your shoulders forward. You're pinching them in, and then hike them up into your ears, and then exhale, rolling them down your back. So we're just providing a little bit of movement, getting out those kinks. You've probably been sleeping on one side. Inhaling them up and back. One more, just like that. Inhale your arms forward and up. So we're really getting that heart just to pump a little bit more. We're not being really aggressive. And then let's go in reverse. So arms go back, circling them forward. Two more times. Back and forward. Last one. Relaxing your arms down those thighs one more time. Automatically, just with that openness, feel your collarbones spread a little bit. Pull your shoulders down and back. Turtle your head out of your collarbones just to provide that space. Take an inhale in here through your nose. Just great, calm, bringing in all of that oxygen. And then exhale, drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. You can rock it back and forth a couple of inches here. Just opening up that left side of your neck, and then exhaling, dropping your chin down into your chest. Once again, just let it sway a little bit. This is also much easier to do when you are up on a little block because it strains less on those muscles, the erector spinae muscles all down your spine. And then let your head roll over to the left. Once again, just rocking it a little slightly forward and back. And then dropping your chin into your chest, lifting your chin up until neutral. Your eyes are closed. Now that our head has some blood pumping to it, and we're thinking more clearly about our day, we are going to take a moment. I want you to listen to your self-talk. Let's start our day right. Thinking about everything going right for you. You are awake. You are facing this day. You feel good. You are alive. These are amazing, amazing things. And now bringing your hands to your belly, starting to just gently rub your belly, rubbing that baby. Let's just bring some gratitude and some awareness to the awesomeness that is absolutely going on right now. You are growing a life, and that is so precious and so fantastic. So taking a moment just to envision that baby, calming yourself, connecting with them, being confident that you are the perfect mother for this baby, and this baby is the perfect baby for you. Sealing in that hope and that happiness. Let's slowly slide our hands down our legs one more time. Gripping cat and cow, starting just to center our breath. So going with my count on an inhale, lift your chest forward, lifting your throat, squeezing your shoulders. 2, 1, and then exhale, closing your shoulders, rolling back over your hips, tucking your chin into your chest, rolling back forward on your inhale. 3, 2, 1, exhale, cat and cow, or just rolling back. 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up with a neutral spine. Hands go down by your side. Inhale. Circle your arms around and up to the sky. Really reaching up out of your hips, out of your ribs, making space for that baby there. And then exhale, circling your arms down behind your back, interlacing your fingers to make a fist. As you inhale, pull that fist back, pointing the tips of your shoulder blades behind you. You can just enjoy this stretch across your chest, or you can add a little bit of a throat stretch here. You can rest your hands down and lift your throat like someone is pulling your heart up out of you. And then to get out of this, drop your chin into your chest first, lifting your hands up, releasing your grip. Hands circle around in front of you, interlacing your fingers. Flip your palms out. Tuck your chin into your chest and reach your arms forward. It's like you're pulling your shoulder blades across your spine. Keeping your hands exactly as they are, start to lift your head, pretending that your biceps are glued to your ears. Lifting. We're once again keeping that really big side stretch, making space for baby. And then releasing your grip. As you exhale, you're going to twist to the right, coming over to the right. So this is a succinct warm-up all the way down your spine. Feels good here. You can roll out your neck a little bit. Again, just going to your comfort level. Don't push it. And then unwind, bringing your hands all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, coming down to the other side, twisting to your left. If it feels good, you can circle those arms. Roll your neck out a little bit. And then inhale. Now circle your arms on up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the mat in front of you, kicking out the block or anything that you might be seated on, and coming into a tabletop pose. So in your tabletop pose, your legs are as wide apart as you need to accommodate your belly. Your hands are facing forward. Carpal tunnel is a very prominent issue when you are pregnant, just with all the extra fluid. So if you're like, my hands are already numb, Caroline, one little remedy to help this is to roll up your mat like this, and then to place the heels of your palms up and your fingertips down. I'm not going to say this gets rid of it completely, but this does allow for more blood to flow through your wrist versus it being like this and really cut off. So you can do this. If it's still an issue, feel free to go up onto your fists. But we're going to roll into some cats and cows here. So we're going to just start to wiggle baby around in there, get them in some optimal positions. This is a great prep for birth and delivery. So on an inhale, you're just going to lift your glutes slightly, drop your rib cage, open your collarbone, lift your throat. Exhale, tuck your hips under, hike baby up, give them a hug with your core, push your mat away, drop your chin into your chest, looking behind you or straight into your belly, because that's probably going to be your view. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, just rolling with your breath. This is such a good way just to start to open up all of the vertebrae. Exhale and tuck along your spine, just helping them to realign, especially of a night of getting probably up and down a lot or sleeping on your side. Your hips can be very sore. And then exhale, coming to your neutral position. I want you to walk your hands out just a little bit more and a little bit wider. We're going to go into some figure eights. So imagine that you have a Sharpie coming straight out of your chest. You are going to lean to the forward right and then cross it over to the left. Take your hips back to the right, sinking them over to the left and continuing. So we're drawing a big 8 on the floor. The lower you go, the more you're going to be getting into your arms on that push-up part. If you do not have that in you this early, that's fine. If you stay up high, you're getting more into your shoulders, which is great. So we're going 3 times in each direction. So this is my third. Now I'm going to reverse. So sink back to your left hip first, right hip, left diagonal, right diagonal. So keep on going, sinking back. I want you to really feel like you're opening up all the corners of your glutes and your shoulders, really leaning forward, stretching out those hip flexors. These are all really good things to help you feel your best. So on your last one there, we're going to release it with a little bit of a child's pose. So this is a yummy, yummy, beautiful, perfect pose to help you prep for delivery. So taking your knees wide, maybe you want to bring your big toes to touch behind you. Push your hips back towards your heels, making sure you have lots of space for baby underneath. And then walking your hands forward and just releasing a little bit. So everyone's going to be at different stages here. If you can't bring your forehead all the way down to the mat, rest it on the back of a block or pillow or whatever bolster you might have been using at the beginning of class. If you feel like you have more in you, more stretch to go through your upper body, you can bring your hands to prayer above your head and then flip your palms up to the sky. And from here, act like you're pulling your armpits down towards the mat, getting this deeper stretch through your side body, through your upper back. And if your shoulders are super duper tight, you can always bring your hands down by your side, your feet, your hands come around to grab maybe at your feet, or they really do just relax at your side. And you can slowly feel your scapulas slide away from your spine, just releasing, feeling all of that yumminess of the stretch. And then slowly coming on up, because our goal is to get ready for a day or to just re-energize. Coming back up to that tabletop position, tuck your toes under, and we're going to briefly lift up into a down dog. So you're just acting like someone's got a hold of your belt loop on your pants and you're lifting your hips up towards the sky. You can bend your knees as much as you need to just to try to get the goal of pulling your chest through. It is so hard to do any sort of back bend. It's not advised to do any back bends when you're pregnant, but this is kind of like one. You're inverted, and if you pull your chest through your biceps, you're getting this amazing stretch, which is good because our upper back takes so much strain during our pregnancy with our increasing breast size and just the weight of the world that seems to fall on your shoulders. Just kidding.
But this is just reminding you to stretch out your back. Now, keeping your hands as they are, once again, lower your knees back down to the mat. Now, your hips are going to remain above your knees. I want you to walk your hands forward one more time, coming almost into this child's pose. Child's pose is when your hips are on your heels, but right now we are in a puppy pose. So your hips are directly above your knees, and you are still trying to bring your torso, your chest down to the mat. So this is an amazing stretch for the tightness that you feel on the top of your belly when baby starts kicking around up there. So we're just stretching through that abdominal area. And then slowly lifting your torso up, rocking onto your forearms. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Tucking your feet under, we're going to walk back, coming into a squat. So again, birthing positions. A lot of yoga in your prenatal stages, your prenatal yoga, is working on helping you to have a really good delivery. And part of that is being able to get your knees up to push the baby out. So this is a malasana pose, and it's an excellent pose just to start to open up your hips and your pelvis. Now from here, we're going to go into one little side stretch. It's kind of called a surfer stretch, but it's going to help you with that sciatica and stretching out your back. So taking your right hand on the mat in front of your right knee, lift your left arm up to the sky. Maybe you can follow the gaze of your left thumb with your fingertips. And then exhale, bringing it back down. Switch it out. So your left hand comes down, your right arm opens up to the sky, feeling the stretch through your mid-back. And then exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. And we're going to come to standing, but we're going to stop halfway in a chair pose. So you are in your malasana pose here. I want you to rock forward onto your hands, pushing your heels down to the mat, stepping your knees as wide as you need to, again, to accommodate baby, and just coming up halfway. We never want to come up fast during our pregnancy, just to make sure that our blood pressure goes with us and we don't get too dizzy. So stopping right here in this chair pose, you can support yourself by keeping your hands on your knees. But on an inhale, once again, going through that cat and cow, opening up our upper and mid back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, hug baby in. Inhale, open them back up. Exhale, coming back to that cat pose, and now slowly come to standing. So starting out by straightening your legs ever so slightly, rolling up, shoulders circle up and back. Hands are down by your side. Little bit of a side stretch here. So on an inhale, circle your arms around and up, making sure you still have that strong foundation. Grabbing your right wrist, lean over to the left. Inhale, both arms back up to the sky. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, both arms back up to the sky. Exhale, circling those arms down and around behind your back. Interlacing your hands to make a fist. Pulling that fist back, letting the tips of your shoulders open up. And then exhale, drop your chin into your chest. Release your grip. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, sitting back into that chair. Inhale, pushing down through your heels, opening up, slight back bend. Exhale, hands now come in prayer as you sit down into your chair pose. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, sitting back into your chair pose. Inhale and lift. Exhale, circle your arms around and down. One last stretch, coming wide on your mat.
Your heels are in, your toes are out. You feel your body starting to wake up, or just motion is the lotion, putting some good lubrication through all of your joints. Your knees are slightly bent. You're not locking out. You're becoming really strong and firm in that foundation. Inhale, circle your arms around and up. Exhale, prayer squat. Knees go wide, hands come down. Inhale, circle your arms around and up as you come back to standing. Exhale, prayer squat. Inhale, circle them around and up. Exhale, hands come down in your last squat, holding this for 3, 2, 1. Hands come to the insides of your knees. Your fingers are out, your thumbs are in. Sink into it one more bit. Little spinal stretch here. Inhale with a straight spine. As you exhale, dip your left shoulder as you look to the right side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale as you dip your right shoulder, looking over to the left. Inhale, back to center, squeezing down through your heels. Circle your arms around and up to the sky again. Exhale your hands down through your heart center. Turning your right heel out. Hinge for a little side lunge. So we're just opening up the inner thigh of that left leg. Pushing yourself back up. Turn your right heel in. Kick your left heel out. Side lunge now over to the left. Inhale, coming back through middle. Hands circle around and down. Heel toe your feet together. Coming all the way back up. Feet about hip distance apart. Probably not all the way back together. Hands on your hips. Just some last little hip circles. Going 3 times in each direction. And then back. Reversing it on over. 2, 3. Circle your arms around and up. Bending your right elbow, taking your left hand, push that elbow down just a little bit. If you notice, you want your elbow to shoot up as you're grabbing down the middle of your back. I can lean into this arm just a little bit for a little bit more opening. And then release, switching out to the other side, circling both arms up. Left arm bends at the elbow, coming down my spine, using my right hand, maybe just to push it a little bit more. Leaning back, feeling the stretch through that lat muscle. And then release, hands down by your side. One last little opener here. Inhale, circle your arms around and up. Exhale, soften your knees, hinging at your hips, coming down, feeling that last stretch on your back. Inhale, your hands halfway up your legs. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at your knees, coming into that chair pose one last time. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come in prayer down to your heart center. You did it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and that you are set up to be the amazing, amazing, amazingly strong woman that you are. Going forth, let there be peace and love in your thoughts, peace and love in your words, and peace and love in your heart. From my heart to yours and that one beating fiercely inside your chest. Namaste.